What is up, YouTube? For those of you that have been following me for a while on YouTube or Twitch, you will have known that I set a goal for myself. So I had a challenge where I had to get in the top 65 in 45 days. And I'm very happy to say we actually hit it. I had 4 hours left when I got into the top 65. It was extremely stressful and super try hard mode for the last 2 days, playing off stream mostly, but happy to say we got there. And for me, this means that this hair is staying. It is not coming off. And I was dreading that. I was really dreading going bald, but we managed to get there and keep the hair. And as most of you know, I've been putting out a lot of Abacid guides lately, and the majority of my games, or at least my most played Civ during this climb, was actually Abacid. I've really been enjoying the turtle double TC build into a timing push. So there'll probably be more Abacid content coming out. But my plans for future content is start playing more Civs myself, learning new Civs like English, Mongols, basically everything that I haven't been putting out much content on, and we're gonna learn them together. So if you're interested in that, check out my stream. I'll be playing a variety of new Civs regularly. I'll also be posting new guides to those Civs as well. I feel like I've got a really good handle on the certain Civs that I played. So you'll see a list over here of the different Civs I played, the win rates, and etc. etc. Those are the Civs that I played. So I played Delhi, Abacid on land, and HRE Rus mostly on water. I didn't want to one-trick Delhi my way into the top 65. So when I started this challenge, Delhi was considered B tier maybe, not that good. It was my main Civ, but I didn't want to, I wouldn't feel good about hitting the top 65 if I just played Delhi. So that's why we kind of made a bit of a transition into Abacid on the land side of things, and I ended up getting a really good grasp of them, beating a lot of really solid players with it, so really happy with that. And I'm looking forward to learning the new Civs along the way in the future. And in this video, I'm going to show you the game that I played that actually got me there. It was an extremely big comeback. It is HRE versus Rus on Danube River, the final game that pushed me over that top 65 mark. So enjoy, guys. What is up, guys? We did it. We hit the top 65. Honestly, I'm so relieved that I don't have to lose all this hair. But I wanted to show you the last game. It's probably the biggest comeback I've ever had. Out of all my games, I'd consider this probably to be my biggest comeback. If not one of my closest anyway. We're playing HRE on Danube River, and we're up against Darius. So Darius P ranked around 130 at the time of this game. So I was 100% sure that I was going to be getting at least 5 elo for this game. Yeah, it was crazy. I made a lot of mistakes in the early game, and then, I don't know, it was wild, man. So we're just going to take a look at this game. It was really crazy, and I'm not going to focus so much on the analysis of this one. I will give a few insights here and there. But yeah, I'm just keen to relax a little bit and not try so hard in all my games from now on. But here we go. So we're playing HRE against Rus here. So I'd say these, in my opinion, these two are the best hybrid Civs. Like, you could argue Delhi as well, but I think these two Civs are the best at the moment. HRE just because most of the time they get a pretty easy time of getting the relics most of the time, I say. But yeah, I think Rus has a decent time denying them, so that's what you'll see in this game. Darius does a good job of denying me. I also make a lot of mistakes. So first mistake I make is not walling this crossing straight away. He's actually sending his first fishing ship across to my side. This is just in anticipation or hoping that I haven't walled this up, so that when he ages inevitably before me, he can actually kill all my fishing ships except for 3 here. So he's sending him all the way around, didn't wall up, stupid me. But the goal here is obviously to get the relics and potentially go Imperial. It's a big map. If you can wall off like the chokes and stuff, you can buy enough time to get to Imperial. And I think that's why we saw like HRE was such a popular pick in tournament games. Now, because he doesn't have to drop food back, he's just chilling, gathering food here. Just gonna fast forward a little bit. There's not a whole lot of action other than this stuff. Now we wall up. Yeah, sick one, Snooper. He comes to deny walls. And honestly, I killed the sheep in this crossing. And I thought that that denies the wall from going up. But apparently it doesn't. I didn't know you could build on top of sheeps. I thought it prevented it from happening. Anyway, I'm going to do some... I lost my friggin' build to a wolf here as well. Slow it down a little bit, I guess. And now he's in my base, killing my dudes. Not really much I can do. I can try and micro these, but this one dies in the dock. And there's a bug where if your fishing ship dies in the dock, it actually takes up a space in this permanently. So that's why I couldn't get the third fishing ship in there. But we're going out to wall again, but he's just coming through here. So if I didn't lose that build to a wolf, I would have walled this, and then this crossing as well. But losing that build to a wolf was just like a big mistake, and he's coming out to wall my relics in once again. My objective is to get to castle, doing the minimum amount that I possibly can. So when I scout night's coming, I start making pikes. I couldn't kill this ville with a scout. I got pretty close, but yeah, wrecked. Very nice Archon as well, covering the wood, gold, and the sheep that were there. Now I'm on my getting close to aging up, but he's also aging now. So I'm delayed significantly here because my fishing eco got killed, and I had to build a galley. But we'll start aging soon here. Now, I got extremely unlucky with this spawn as well, by the way. Look, I have not a single safe relic. You could argue this one's safe, but it's walled now. I have none on my side over here. The other ones are across at the crossing as well. And then I got one in the very corner here. They're pretty unlucky in that sense. We're just trying to stop raids from happening, and we actually built a transport ship here. I wanted to transport across here and pick up this relic, but... So at the moment it's pretty dicey. My safest relic is now walled. This relic is up for the taking. I've got it walled off, so... But he can still get through at this stage. It's not like I'm completely protected for this relic up top here. I have pikes on the map, just herding around these cab. And we ended up picking this one up. And then when I had my guys in the transport ship, he literally just picks it up like right now. Oh wait, he picked it up just before. Wait, what? He must have picked that up then. A little bit earlier. So I try to get this rally, which is obviously very ambitious, and it doesn't go well for me. And that was basically my last chance of getting that relic. So now all we have is this one, but it's walled in. We try and siege it down. But first we don't want night coming through here, so I tried to block it off with pikes here, and then re-wall. So I'm re-walling behind this on the back. I buy time to allow me to siege down this segment here, and get this relic as well. So he's got archers in the mix as well now, so my pikes are just not going to be that useful. And at this stage of the game, I am floating a lot of resources, but I'm trying to go up to Imperial. I figured I'm only getting one relic, maybe two. Maybe if I went like more heavy on Castle, I probably could have had a better chance of getting this relic. But I wanted to get up to Imperial and start pumping out bills as soon as possible. I figured I'm way behind, right? His water eco is so much better than mine. He has 3 relics as well. We're trying to siege, but man, these fortified palisade walls are they're beefy, man. And then the archers come in, and basically my chances of getting this relic are now 0. He picks that up. Now we're working with 1 relic. We've hit Imperial though, that is a plus. But we have like terrible income right now. And he has a lot of units coming to my base. At this stage of the game I was like, far out. I'm gonna ruin my chances of getting top 65. Just keep in mind I had 4 hours left. After this game I would have had 4 hours left to complete this challenge of hitting the top 65. And I would have had to shave my head. So I'm just like, I'm trying my best. Like normally in this game, somewhere like around about now, I probably would have resigned. But we're sticking it out. We're gonna try our best. There's a lot of knights. We also can't afford to get the upgrade because we only have 1 relic. And like all of our eco is like constantly being in and out of idle. So this is basically my last safe food source on land. And he's just gonna constantly come in. I mean, I know I can replace these, but they really need to be working. If they're not working, I'm not gonna be able to ever repel this army. So I picked off a few archers here. And use our emergency repair and start with spring old emplacements. Now he's getting a keep on the crossing here. We are going out for a raid. I'm desperate. I know he can't print bills, right? So my goal here is to damage his eco as much as possible, and I'm just gonna try hold on. I don't know how. Like if we take a look. Oh, we have oh yeah, we've snuck out our bills out here. So we've snuck out a bunch of bills there. And he's coming into my base, sieging down my stuff. We have 2 spring ult emplacements, so they're doing some pretty solid damage. And over here, we're massacring bills here. We killed like 6 here. And we just go for as many bills as we can here. He loses a lot. He should have just pulled these back. But while that's going on, I'm kind of dying. Killing more bills still. Now he decides to siege. But I got a bit going on here, so I wasn't concentrating on those knights. And look at our resources. It's like really not great. Our income's not too bad. I mean, we just killed a bunch of his food bills. That's why it's low at the moment. But yeah, my printer is just... all of those bills are getting eaten up as they come out. And my goal here is to build enough spring old towers to make it like to make him take too much damage from coming into my base. One of our outposts have gone down, unfortunately, because we can only emergency repair 1 at a time. We've upgraded our knights to elite knights. Honestly, I think this is probably a mistake. I knew I wouldn't be able to constantly afford to produce these knights. Yes, they're strong. Wait, how? Oh, never mind. They're strong, but it's never going to be able to deal with like the mass that he has. But our spring old towers are doing work. So we got 3 spring old towers shooting. But like, what, half of my economy is idle? Maybe a bit less. This saved me. He never scouted this, and it saved me. We've invested into a few more fishing boats as well. And we're just hanging on. Hanging on by a thread. He's coming down with a keep, but I pull a few knights that were created out of here to deny this. While his army was out of position. He has bled a lot of units here. Because these spring-old towers are just doing absolute work. I think at this stage he thinks my whole eco is idle. But little does he know. And we're just trying to recoup here. We got 1 Rax, 2 Raxes, 3 stables. We got 4 stables. But like massing knights is not gonna work against other, like more knights and crossbows, right? So my goal was to make pikes and siege to try and deal with this. And here we go, baby. Let's go on a Ram Ranch. Speed this up a little bit. Bringing out more builds to finish this keep. And these rams are pretty tough to deal with. I try and snipe his build because I really didn't want that keep going up, but I ended up losing all my units for it. Now he's got a keep in my face, 4 rams, and just a lot more units than me. I'm trying to get a keep up here to defend my Swabia and my Orignits. And then we just use HRE broken mechanic of auto repair. More vills going down though. We were at like 95 or something, which is actually pretty good considering how much pressure we've been under, thanks to the printer. And now try and get some value out of this mangonel, try and repair it while it's shooting, but I mean we get a couple extra knights from it, but it really didn't do much. So we lost our keep, he's gone for the TC, but while his army was dealing with the mangonel, I've got my vills on top of his rams. Which is actually huge, he just lost 4 rams. Now we're going auto repair round 2, and now the Swabia is back online. I think that's one of the stupidest things, is that you can repair the Swabia from being dead. With 2 auto repairs it gets back to full health and functioning again. And what auto repairs have 20-second cooldown? Pretty crazy. It's going for more rams. I think we're somewhat stabilized at this stage. We're out getting more food up here. Got a bit of a farming eco back there. And we have like a lot more towers and they're upgraded. Some of them are upgraded to stone as well. Now he's going... He took way too long to get this sacred site, by the way. He may have won if he got that sacred site straight away. So he's going to get it now. Put me on a timer. But we've got a solid mass of pikes here. Starting to get siege out as well. And we're actually going to get a bombard pretty soon. I'm so surprised he never saw this, dude. Like, what is his view? Man, it's so close. So close to just seeing like the edge of that farm. But it's coming with more ramps. We have a lot more stuff though this time. I'm just trying to kill as much knights as I can. He's losing a lot of knights for not much value. Pushing back the rams with our pike here, using our mangonel to shoot the archers. We're just pumping up pikes and siege. I also didn't want to auto repair this or emergency repair it, because I wanted to emergency repair this. I should be doing it right now, but I didn't know if I was going to need it for my Archon. So now we are healing her back out. We're actually at 82 vills compared to 59. And I think, like, he has a bit more passive gold though. Like, I have 300 passive gold, he has, what, 600 passive gold? 4 relics and 2 sacreds. Just building more towers. And now we've got a bombard out. We can start pushing out. Got mangonels here as well. And we're actually denying his sacred site with one pike. He didn't wall this up or anything. I guess it wasn't... Oh no, he could have just walked through here and walled it up. Now we're pushing back his army for the first time this whole game. And at this stage I was like, holy shit, is this actually winnable? Like, man. I mean, he had such a good start to the early game, but I think a few things kind of just like led to me being able to come back. And now we're just pushing out with bombards and mangoes pikes. And now he's dropping his first siege workshop down. I think that's a big mistake as well. He should have had like siege this whole time. Sacred sites earlier, rams earlier, and mixing in siege. And at this stage we're at 73 bills. He's at 66. This is coming back online in a second though. I'm going to start printing bills again. We ain't messing around. We don't want him Imperial. We do not want Rus in Imperial because they're probably the strongest imp civ right now. Arguably China, but I think it takes longer for them to like reach their max potential of being a late game monster. And he calls it. Oh my god. It's even tiring watching this again. I was exhausted after that game and I was so happy that we finally hit the top 65. After 45 days with 4 hours left, we hit the top 65.